All right, now we got a couple of books over here.
Periphery is the first in the series. It's based on the concept of the multiverse. Can we be a hero in one life, a villain in another, and can we find our soulmate and love every variation of them throughout this continuum of lives? There's a lot of suspense, there's a
Wow.
lot of drama, there's obviously a lot of romance, science fiction.
Pretty heavy, pretty heavy. And how about this one? The bleed-through effect.
Sure.
Ooh, what does that mean?
So that is the continuation of the series. It's only a 2-book series, but it goes a little bit deeper into the multiverse. It explores the moral compass that we use to justify the choices that we make. That's why the tagline is, how far would you go to save the one you love? So morality can be fluid based on what the stakes are and what you're after in life.
Wow, that's awesome. That's pretty deep, you know? My brother used to have that joke. They say, like, if you're in the water with your wife and your mother, like, who you save? Remember that whole thing?
Yeah.
So you're
You
talking
can never
about...
answer right, right?
I like this combining romance and science fiction. How do you combine romance and science fiction?
I like to take ordinary people and put them in extraordinary circumstances. And I feel like every good story also has that romance that's weaved throughout. So it makes the characters extremely relatable. It puts them through a lot of challenges. And then you have the romance that draws readers of maybe not traditional readers of sci-fi in. So I like to weave it all together into a really plausible story.
You know, when you said romance and science fiction, the first thing I was thinking of was like, you know, Captain Kirk is on the ship and he's making out with all these women, so it's kind of like science
See,
fiction.
there's always romance in everything, right?
You know, and romance kind of mixed together, you know what I mean?
No aliens, no special creatures, just ordinary people in extraordinary circumstances.
So you don't have like spaceships or anything like that?
No spaceships, no interstellar travel, nothing like that.
I just had a book signing where people at the Comic-Con in Providence, people actually lined up to meet you so you could
Yes.
sign their book, and they're excited to meet you because they
It
love
was
the book,
so
right?
cool. It was amazing.
Yeah?
Yes, it was really amazing. And it was such an honor to be there just among so many. There were the Association of Rhode Island Authors. There were 12 of us, and we all just did such a great time. We had such a great time with everybody.
So you're sitting there signing your autograph for people
Yep,
and things like
yep.
that. So they come up and they go, "Oh, I love your book. It's so awesome," and all that. You know, they say stuff like that. It must be
Very humbling.
fun to hear that. Yeah,
It is.
right.
It is. My first publication, I was actually in 5th grade. So I always dabbled in poetry. I enjoyed writing essays. It was an anthology for young poets.
Wow, gee, that's wonderful. So glad you were able to come down here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen,
you so much.
A. Dasilva.